All right, continuing on with my astrology readings for September 2018. This is for Scorpio. I do have to put out a little disclaimer. If you are looking for Libra, Libra just got deleted by the system of YouTube. So what I will do is after I complete the rest of them, I will probably either do a live here on YouTube or a live on Facebook and then load it up here to YouTube. One way or the other. I will go back and do Libra. Sad thing is because I use my intuition, it won't pan out 100% of what I saw the first time. It is probability fields. I may notice a little something different than what I'm going to see the first time around. But it will carry the same general message. But I do apologize to any Libra who was looking at the playlist and wondering where it went. It got uploaded, and then as it was transferring over, the file got corrupted and YouTube deleted it. And I don't have it in my phone because it corrupted the whole file. But this is a September astrology report for Scorpio. Is from the aspects of the divine feminine, which is that top row, the divine masculine, the bottom row, and how to find sacred balance, which is a blending of the both. It deals with the good, the bad, and how to find balance from that aspect. This can be tied into love, life, career, family, relationships, whatever you want to do. There's going to be some relevance in all things because all things have an interconnectivity. So long story short, let's just get it going. The good of what Scorpio is going to go through this 9 month of September, which is a chance for you to end karmic situations, but also a chance for you to just bring things that no longer serve you in general. It's a chance for you to bring those to an ending. And sometimes it's your own behavior that needs to be brought to an ending. And that's what we're talking about right here. With the Scorpio has a pretty much a nasty reputation as a vindictive energy. Just calling it what it is. And that's that 8. You can be what is that Beyonce song? You can be sweetest dream or the most beautiful nightmare, however it goes. That's a Scorpio energy. You could pretty much be heaven or hell, put it like that. And that comes up from the good is that you're going to start recognizing that same thing because you're the word lord in reverse. The word lord is, to me, 2018 in a nutshell. We are under manipulation, and it's mostly because we're being miscommunicated with, or we're getting truthful communication to the point to where now we see things for what they are. And you can, at that point, you can make a decision on how you're going to move. The word Lord is a 43. That's, you're basing your balance on how you're being communicated with. Master manipulator. It deals with communication, praise, and dishonesty. If you are the dishonest person, then it's going to be a chance for you to get out of that loop of always moving shady. And this ain't always you know, that cheater type energy where you're just out here moving sideways and doing things against people. Sometimes this is a dishonesty of the soul. You're working a dead end job and it just ain't working out for you, but you haven't took the time to find a way out. So you're being dishonest with yourself because you know that you deserve more and you know that you are more. Because remember, at the end of the day, you are that 8. You are abundance, but when you don't see your own abundance, you become your own source of overwhelm. So stop being dishonest with yourself. And at the same time, if you're being dishonest with others, it's a chance for you to kind of fix that. Treat others how you want to treat them. Think about it. You're a Scorpion. You're deadly. If you want to come at people and let them know that you're deadly, be mindful of people coming at you and showing you that they are immune to your own poison. Immune to your poisons, and that they are actually deadlier for you. So practice a reciprocity of energies. Don't be as manipulative as you are being manipulated. Put it like that. So that's going to be the good thing. A chance for you to see where you are moving dishonestly or where others are moving dishonestly against you. And the heavier part of the energy, or what I'm calling the bad, and bad is not always bad. Bad just means this is the heavy part of what's going to go on in September. It's the lady of the gift. Think about it. If you are now able to see clearly how you're moving and how others are moving against you, that's a gift. Because then you get the option of withholding your services and your energy and your time from others who don't even deserve it. And at that same time, if you are the one who don't deserve it, it gives you a chance to learn some restraint and withhold that little trait you have, or that common practice, or that pattern, or bad behavior, or habit. There you go. That habit you have of just, moving out here and just doing the most. So be careful with that. Practice a sense of generosity and receiving. And they're that receiving and reciprocity. What you give out is what you're going to take back in. So make sure that you are putting yourself in a position of proper receiving. The lady of the gift, she's open to receiving, but if you out here moving manipulative, you're going to receive what you don't want. And that's that 20. You need to be able to look at yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and find yourself, able to be and smile at yourself. If you look in the mirror and you're like, man, I don't know what I'm even doing, but I can't stop. That's a problem. That's when you fell prey to your own manipulations. But at that same time, that 2 is also input, output, or in vice versa, output, input. What I'm putting out here, the way I'm communicating with others is what I want to receive in return. So be the recipient of that gift by giving the gift of honesty. How you're going to balance that divine feminine, and this is all tied into your intuition and your higher thinking. The way that you can honor that divine feminine energy is the spiral dancer in reverse. And that's that circuitous route and perception. It's a 5. Being in this in reverse, it's tied in the struggle. So it's getting to the point to where it's saying, stop being, like I think I just said it, stop subscribing to that struggle. It's a habit, it's a pattern where this is all I know. Well, you know what? That's why we're here, is to learn. So stop saying that this is all I know and learn to do better. Learn to do more. That circuitous route of the spiral dancer is basically energy and flow. It is going to come back and revisit spots that it's already been through, but what it should do is not be bound to going back through those spots, because it has learned and grown each time it comes back to visit it. And each time it comes back to visit it, the karma or the energy build up from that exchange should not be something that is a worry. So stay in flow, and if you're operating with dishonesty, prepare to keep coming back and visit it as you travel through your struggles on that circular spiral route. But if you're moving out here and you're trying to be clear and honest with everybody else, and you're trying to be a good communicator, take the gift of giving and receiving what you give out, and stay in a perfect spiral flow, and that should keep your perception clear, which will help you get perspectives, which will help you gain discernment, which will help you produce a prosperous reality. So moving from your divine feminine down here to your divine masculine, which is your order mind and your linear thinking and logic and all that stuff. So not the heavy energy. The good for the month of September is the keeper of the scales. What this speaks to me is if you are a cusp baby, and I think it's like, say, if you're born like within the first 3 or 4 days of the Scorpio sign, which means you were tied into the last 3 or 4 days of the Libra sign, you're going to carry some Libra type ways. And I'm not, sitting here saying I'm well versed on astrology on that level, but I do understand the premise of cusp signs. It's where you carry the energy of your sign and the one next to it. So if you're a Scorpio and you're right there at the beginning of the transition from Libra to Scorpio, you may want to embrace the Libra side of the house, because you need to practice fairness and balance. And that fairness and balance isn't necessarily a common trait of a Scorpio, because remember, they know they got a stinger, and they're going to either be abundance or overwhelm, sweet dream or beautiful nightmare. That doesn't always equate to balance. That's just a duality. So if you're trying to figure out how to be fair in your communication, because my higher self in the form of divine feminine for you Scorpios has said, I need to stop being dishonest with not only others, but with myself. So then your masculine side say, okay, I feel you. We need to figure out how to get balance. But the natural way of a Scorpio is not to be balanced, because mess with me and you're going to get hurt. So it doesn't equate balance. It's just cause and effect. So then you call in your Libra energy here and tries to teach you how to be balanced. And that will give you illumination, that 3 and that 8. That Libra is a communicator, and you need to bring in that Libra energy, which is the 3, to communicate with the Scorpio energy, which is the 8. And then that will turn the lights on and show you how you can move forward. Because remember, that divine masculine, it's driven by logic. So it needs a logical process of how it can fix something. So it knows it can't do it on its own, because it is a master manipulator. So then it will call in the other aspect of the Libra, which is next to it, and it will use that Libra energy, transmute, and help it find its own balance. And then that will be the sacred union, is going to be the heavier energy of the month. And it's basically trying to figure out how to acquiesce to the wishes of the divine feminine, which it is now the divine feminine time on this planet. It's time for you to embrace that higher intuition and that creativity and get out of these cycles. So divine masculine is like, okay, I see we need to do something a little different here. So go ahead. I'm listening to your game plan. It's almost like an interview. Divine feminine is like, well, here's what you do. You call in that Libra energy and you start understanding where we need to stop being so manipulative and find balance. Then we can get together. Not only get together in the forms of the aspects of divine feminine and divine masculine, but in the forms of all my relationships, all the love issues, all the life issues, the family issues. I can get them in order. And then I can develop a partnership with all these systems that I have been perceiving to drive me into overwhelm. Because I'm seeking abundance, but because I'm being so manipulative that the union is not getting there. But now that I'm calling in higher self and ego self and we working together, then you can balance these divine aspects. And the heavy energy of the month is going to be trying to get you to honor your partnerships in life and to find a sense of romance. So beyond that level of fixing things on the soul, there will be some reconciliations of your relationships. And sometimes the ending of a relationship is the reconciliation of the relationship, where I'm not going to be manipulative. I know I don't mean you no good. So at least can I have that hug and that kiss goodbye, because yeah, I played my games. It wasn't malicious in intent. And even if it was, come clean and clear. Yeah, I did you the dirty and I know what I did wrong. I'm asking for forgiveness because I'm now trying to be fair and find balance. And I would like to leave this partnership in a sense of sacred union, knowing that as I travel down this road, when I hit that spiral route and come back to your type of energy again, it's not going to be a 9. It's not going to be a karmic lesson. I will have grown because I have made peace with what I got going on, and that will take me into how I balance the divine masculine. It will take me into the map maker of destiny in reverse. You will now own your own map. If you can find your balance and make peace with your situations, even within yourself, you have now owned your own map making ability. You are the keeper of your destiny. And the energy on the destiny card is authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. When you've operated accordingly and in accordance to the divine will and divine order, then you are basically given that author's book. You write your own story. And that is how you get your balance. And it's a 24, which is a 6. And that's how you set a good foundation. The 2 is when you see yourself fully, then you can be fully balanced. It's a duplicity of the soul. You started out as a 2 because I looked at my reflection. Then I got magnified. 2 becomes 4. And that is how you put those things together to become a foundation. And again, the energies on that map maker card, free will. And the big thing with Scorpio, again, with you having that detrimental energy of being either abundance or overwhelm, it's your choice. You got free will of whether you want to stay in the manipulator's trap or if you want to learn how to find balance and institute a sacred union and get back to writing the stories on that map instead of just traveling through them. And how you continue that union between divine feminine and divine masculine to find sacred balance comes out in the prison wave. And that is when you stop honoring self-sabotage. As a manipulator, it's nothing clearer than if you be manipulative of others, you're going to end up manipulating yourself sooner or later, or you're going to draw in a better manipulator than you are. And that's just another form of self-sabotage because you set yourself up from the get-go. So stop thinking that you got that, that poverty consciousness where you're thinking that I got too much going on. So because I ain't got what I want, then I got to preserve it. And that always, when you're operating like that, where you think that you already embattled, you don't see your abundance. All you see is overwhelm. And then that will give you that hoarder's mentality of, I got to manipulate the situation so that I don't get taken under. And that has you out here trying to imprison others because you need to use them before they use you. But also at the same time, you're imprisoning your energy because you're using it in a non-fruitful way. And therefore your generosity will stop you from receiving. And so that's what I got for you, Scorpio. Once again, if you're just coming in here on this, Libra got uploaded and then got deleted by YouTube. I will go back and do Libra. Peace and wholeness.